Anyways, we are live with Stuff. Stuff being a best of 7, the finals of the OlimoLeague monthly finals. A best of 7, $250 for first place, $150 for second. So it's safe to say both these guys are going to walk away with a bit of cash in their pockets. But of course, we want to see who comes up with a little bit more. So spawning here in the top left corner of the map, it is going to be MVP's blue Protoss player, YongHwa.
In the bottom right, is the green Terran. It's Journey.
I love YongHwa's name. Just saying it's fun.
Yo! Oh, thank God, I finally actually got to this part, right? So in my Korean textbook, there was like an example of YongHwa, and it means movie. Now we all know.
So his name is Movie?
Yeah. Well, like, I was so excited, right? Because I've been having difficulty, like, you have to read Hangul, which is like, you know, I don't really know how to read it, like, instantly. So whenever I see something that I recognize, I'm always like, thank God, I'm saying it correctly. So when I saw YongHwa, I was like, yeah, YongHwa! Yes, I can say this word.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there's also like a Bisu example, and I was like, Bisu! Oh, I know how to say that too.
I want to address something else here in chat. I think it's kind of an important thing. Just wait for the game to shape up here since no cheese has gone down. People ask about replays. Normally we do hand out replays from base trade TV and tournaments we cast. Some tournaments like to have the replays secluded. Some request that they don't be shared. The OlimoLeague is one of them. And if it means that's the comfort of players actually coming in to play because they don't want the replays gone, I'd be more than happy not to share them. So guys, sadly the OlimoLeague replays are not shared, not through any means, not publicly, and not through base trade TV. But we do share other replays from other tournaments we cast that do allow us, so you can always keep an eye out on your inbox for that. But anyways, one of the interesting things about this, you know, we saw game number 1, Journey kind of had a very decisive victory. I hardly think it was the Widow Mines alone that won in that game. You know, luck, quote unquote. Those shots were amazing, but I still think he would have won that fight even without them. And we have been seeing cooler stuff from Terrans involving all ins. You see that many SCVs pulled, you know a Protoss player is going to have a bad time. But, yeah, just doing a little bit of harassment for the time being. SCV blocking us out. Reaper on the way, but sadly won't get here in time to snipe that probe. Keep it alive for some scouting, perhaps, as a priority.
Yeah. YongHwa did go ahead and go for the single gas again. So once, if Journey gets out of it, I guess, he's having difficulty doing so. He'd at least have to not worry about shenanigans. King Sejong, pretty good for proxy Stargate, as there's a lot of places to proxy. Journey going for the same build he did last game. So that's that factory. So I feel like, I mean, it's probably still as good on this map as is on Overgrowth. There's still a lot of drop area in the main, and of course that ramp is still wide open for the Hellions. And now it's even maybe better because it is closer by air, natural to natural.
Look at this, the definition of a nuisance. And Militia Pro will get pushed off as if he had to pull back a little bit. But he didn't lose anything for this, which is nice. You guys might wonder why it took so long to get through there. It's really important, really important that you don't send 2 Marines in too early. If you do, they sadly get squashed by a Mothership Core. As you need 3 is that sweet spot of a number. Journey now with plenty of them. Pushes this back. While this was going on, key thing was the Reaper did jump up to the main. Didn't get a full scout, but he didn't see, you know, here and over here are your typical Stargate locations, and so far he's scouted at least one of them down, so not quite positive that's not going to be Oracle, but always something that's going to be on your mind, just a little bit worried about. Small bit of downtime. We'll give another shout out here. $10 donation from DeWitt. You guys are back. Love to see and follow you guys at IEM. Kane thingy, ZG smile photo heart. Love though that you're back. Oh, that was so fun. I don't know if you were around when we were talking about last night's here, but that photo album of like our drama that someone posted on Reddit, that has twice the views of like the same photo album, but with like Flash holding like the trophy and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, drama. It's actually a lot of fun though that night at the bar.
Okay, so Journey's actually not doing the exact same thing he did last time. He's getting an earlier second barracks, and he did go for Widow Mines. You know, 2 Widow Mines.
Yeah, at first I was thinking this was going to be your standard push. You move with a lot of Marines, you try and bet on an overcharge, sometimes with a Marauder, sometimes not. But he's gone pretty heavy here with this assault force. So my best guess is 2 Widow Mines on the ramp, and the rest just the Marines charge forward. I mean, he could alternatively put the Marines inside the medevac and walk the Widow Mines in, but either way, I mean, there's going to be that photon overcharge ready to defend.
He might be full. Like, it'd be so cool if he followed this up with a. Oh, he's not going to. Never mind. But you know, like abusing that low ground position, like we usually see in say TVT or even TVZ sometimes. You know, on the left near the rocks to get that gas with just a single tank, because he did it on Overgrowth, which is I guess like also an okay map for that. But this one, you know, is blocked with the rocks, and it's pretty good. I'm surprised he's not going for it, but this might be a little bit surprising to see this walk up here. One overcharge is used. Does barely have another one ready for this medevac.
Wouldn't sadly get sniped off. I mean, he got shot off, but I mean, hardly anything devastating. This observer in a pretty sick spot at the right moment does get the medevac coming. So YongHwa chasing with 2 stalkers is going to need to turn around and focus perhaps on the main. Overcharge is ready to go here, and there's the cannon down, so detection won't be an issue. Journey not really getting much done with this early attack. Last time, obviously a little bit better. This time, held off very nicely by the Protoss player.
Stalker's even trying to chase what they can of that Marine force from the front. I think they got the Widow Mine and a couple Marines. Journey will always have this medevac, but like YongHwa, he's already getting Blink. So like if this drop didn't work before, it's probably not going to work now. Yeah. He might even going to that same thing he did last time, which is just to get like all the tech on 2 bases. Overgrowth, very difficult to take a third. If you get a third, you open yourself up in the main and the natural. King Sejong, a little easier to get a third. So I'd actually expect them not to be so safe as they did last time. I mean, last time didn't work out because he pulled the SCVs, right? Like that wasn't a great build because you got like charge before storm and not a lot of Colossus against a pull the boy scenario. But I wonder if he thinks that Journey's just gonna do it again. Change up his build a little bit, you know, maybe not transition so fast into the other tech.
Well, there's this sort of weird timing that we're getting approached here too. Like, there's a Colossus out. We've sometimes seen, you know, Tampa players push through that first Colossus and it snowballs pretty hard from there. You know, you don't always have to pull the SCVs in that late game scenario, but at the moment it is one Colossus. It does not have extended thermal lens. Getting on top of this is not an issue. There's only a couple force fields available, but Journey really doesn't have a huge fighting force here. Now he's going to drop from the back end of this. I love this choice. Distract to the front, drop the back. Blink Stock is focused down the medevacs, but Widowmine goes off with quite a few probes. Gets about 5 of them. Not too bad. I don't know if it's not really worth the cost of a medevac, but had that done perhaps a little more, it could have been.
Well, he had the medevac out, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the one medevac he had chased with the army up here on top.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably not. This probe is going, I don't even know where. To Narnia. Place a proxy pylon. Very good thing.
Yeah, Asland was waiting for him up there and
told him it's not very much for a proxy pylon. It's not anywhere close to the base. What's the point?
He was lured out there with Turkish delights by the Ice Queen.
I thought it was Aslan. It was the Ice Queen.
Man, this is like the worst nerd reference. Like, if we reference Harry Potter, at least people would get that, right? How many people have seen fucking Chronicles of Narnia? Drop in the natural. This is going on. Does not get much done. Shut down pretty much immediately.
Another drop geared up to go to the main, though. Oh, maybe not. Maybe taking his time. YongHwa is totally on board, though. Like, he knew that was gonna happen. Sends a bunch of his units up top.
But I mean, that's the thing about this matchup, right? Especially this map more so, like, you know your vulnerable spots that are gonna be the temptations for drops, right? And anywhere here in the natural mineral line is like the big, okay, keep an eye on that. But perhaps not suspecting the top right. I'm not sure if Journey's waiting for a third or if he wants to dive in. I mean, there's a lot of very important tech structures up here, but he's got to go now if he wants to get any vulnerable snipes. I mean, getting the armor upgrades, getting the weapon upgrades. The Colossus is already finished, but perhaps he can stop charging the Zealots. But just sitting up here is not getting anything done, and if he waits too long, there's actually a pretty good chance YongHwa might accidentally find him.
I mean, he should just cancel the third at the very least. I guess he's, I don't know, you know what, actually he's going to go ahead and do that with the main army that's moving across the map, and then go into the main with those medevacs, so that's actually not too big of a worry. What is a worry is that, well, it's actually not a lot buffering for these Colossus. If Journey had a more Marauder-heavy army, maybe he snipes them. Third one's going up now too, though.
Drop of the main will not get those upgrades. Sadly, will get a chance to complete. Blink Stalker's getting in here right away. Gonna do a ton of damage with this. Meanwhile, Quad drops, picks up, goes towards the natural. There's only one cannon here to defend. Colossus are really not too far out. But meanwhile, in the main, he's killed a lot of these Stalkers. So, as you said, there's not a lot of buffer. There's not a lot of support, but the Marines are in a terrible choke. Good Widowmine shot goes off here, but there's a lot of Zealots moving forward. Charge is not done yet, so he picks up. He gets out of there. Minimal losses for Journey. He's just not getting the damage he needs to YongHwa. I mean, he's lost a lot of probes this game, but I mean, honestly, 40 probes. Oh, you know, he did get the third. I forgot about that, though. So he did stop that.
He got the third. He killed about 3/4 of the Stalker army. like, he killed a lot of stalkers up there. You know, Bio was stem even without Medivacs being very good against blink stalkers, and I don't think YongHwa was even like really focusing on blinking them back. Doesn't even clean up these Wood Mines now too, so a lot more probes go down. Even abuses an overcharge, and there's no observer.
Oh, I think one of the things here, you know, no observer, but there's also no Vikings. I mean, cleaning up the stalkers is great, but to what avail? The Colossus is still going too strong.
He's up by 60 or 70 supply, but without Vikings, it's still a tough hold.
It is. I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, Vikings would have been magnificent to have behind this, but using those Wood Mines, cutting backwards quite nicely. He's got double drop sent over here to the left side, so YongHwa's going to have to really worry about this natural base. Photon Overcharge has been pre-popped, I guess. Okay, you saw that coming.
Well, that was for the Wood Mine, so it's about to wear off. Oh, again.
Well, refreshes. You can go to the main if you want to. Kill the stalkers, move towards the main. Medevac ducks out of range, only temporarily. No refocus on this by YongHwa because he's busy with the rest of the army retreating to come back home. Snipes off the one Medevac.
Journey's looking pretty good. Even
he is
saves
pretty good.
That one drop.
Oh, he kills the probe he had over here, trying to put down a pylon, so the Wood Mine's getting more job done. Oh, the Colossus! Snap.
Oh god.
Wood Mine's getting some nice damage done.
Oh,
top left, still a couple drops, but I mean, or a couple units in this drop. Gets cleaned up. Observer finding the front lines, but Journey's on 4 freaking bases.
I've never seen Wood Mine so effective against someone who wasn't going charge at Archon. No one does it anymore, right? Because chargers get wrecked by Wood Mines, but Journey's incorporating them against what is just Blinkstalker Colossus, and he's doing so much damage with them.
Well, I think one of the scary things for a Protest player at this point is just he doesn't have that third base up. His probe count is still low. You know, he's got a lot of energy for Chrono Boost, but what good is that if you're not building any probes? In fact, he's producing nothing right now. So, I mean, is he just trying to gear up for a very, very salty all-in? I hate to phrase it like that, but I mean, he's not building probes. He's not trying to take a third. I think he's just going to go for one last hurrah to try and end the game on 2-2 upgrades. But Journey's got his 2-2. Journey's got Stim. He's producing 4 Vikings at a time. Hell, there's going to be Ghosts after this. I don't think YongHwa's going to be able to break him.
Oh, an Observer, please. Where's this Observer?
He's got it.
Wait. Oh, he does. Oh, he has 2. Okay, good. All right, in the front. He's like, the Wood Mines
So
do
many
any more
Marauders here,
damage.
too. I mean, everything in YongHwa's army currently is susceptible to the Marauders. Not to mention the Vikings on top of this. In full retreat back to a pylon that's not complete. This is not looking good for a Protoss player. First Colossus falls. Second Colossus falls. Go down like nobody's business. Just Stalkers remaining. Not going to cut it. Journey with a 170 supply to 30 supply advantage is going to win game number 2. GG is called. Woo.